Hi yogis. So today's practice is just pure stretch. Come out into the garden because it's a beautiful day. We will need a belt for later on at the class. So yoga belt, dressing gown belt, any kind of belt that you want, just for the end of the class. So settle yourself. You can either sit on your heels, a nice little quad stretch, or you can sit cross-legged, or for those of you who don't like either of those, long-legged. And then bring your hands into your prayer, in front of your heart. Close your eyes and just softly be aware of your breath. So allow your eyes to open and then inhale the prayer all the way up. And take an exhale here. Interlock your fingers, arms are reaching up to the sky. Take an inhale here and exhale over to your right. Just a nice lateral stretch. Inhale back to the center and exhale in the opposite direction. Feel that beautiful stretch. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale over. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale over. And then inhale back to the center. Exhale the hands down by the side of your bodies. We're coming into all fours. So hands under shoulders. Knees directly underneath hips. We all know this one. Set ourselves up. Let's tuck the toes today so we can have those Achilles nicely stretched. And then on the inhale, gaze up and buttocks up. And on the exhale, rounding your back, engaging the core. Inhale, let's take it up. Gaze up, buttocks up. Exhale, rounding the back. Two more, inhaling. Exhaling. Last one, inhaling. And exhaling. Coming back to neutral, the toes are tucked. We're just going to lift up the knees and push back into downward facing dog. And then bend your right knee for a nice stretch. Bend your left knee for a nice stretch. Now if you don't like downward facing dog, you can have the knees on the mat. You can just stretch out in this manner. So continue to just either work the dog or come onto your knees. Keep bending and stretching. Bending and stretching. Couple more. And then back into classic downward facing dog. Head hanging in between the upper arms. Nice long spine. Remember, if the hamstrings are tight, then you may have to bend the knees. Keep the spine long. Couple more breaths. Great stretch through the whole of the back. And then we're going to come on to our knees again. We're going to keep the buttocks quite high. We're going to go for a shoulder stretch. So take your elbow to the mat and the other elbow to the mat. Keeping those buttocks up in the air, we're just simply going to walk the hands forward and bow to the posture. So you're feeling this now in the shoulders and the upper back. It's still a back bend, so feeling that in the spine. Walking the hands as far forward as it feels appropriate. And then slowly we're going to walk the hands all the way back. Bring the buttocks down to the Heels, we're settling in child posture. And then we're going to take a little walk with the arms. So walking the arms all the way to the left. And bow. To the center. Bow. And then the opposite direction, walking them as far as it feels appropriate, and then bow. Coming back to the center, you have options now, staying in child posture or take a downward facing dog stretch. Or tuck the toes if you're coming with me. Downward facing dog. Nice easy breathing. Some of you may want to pop a plank in, that's perfectly acceptable. If you want to pop a plank in, push the heels away, keep the plank strong. Couple more breaths. And then knees down. We're coming onto our backs for a nice shoulder stretch. So bring your knees into your chest. Have a little rock and a roll. I'm going to lay on our side. So turning to the side. And the same way the knees are, the same arms will go. So you'll place one hand on top of the other. The knees are bent. We keep the knees bent. And then inhale, we lift up. And on the exhale, we open and gaze in the opposite direction to the knees. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, close. Twice more. Inhale, lifting, opening, exhaling, gazing in the opposite direction to the knees. Inhale, lift. Exhale, close. Last one. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, open. Gaze to those fingers. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Feeling the stretch now in the armpit, in the shoulder. And then slowly back to where we started. We'll simply roll onto our backs. We're going to go in the opposite direction. So the knees bend, the arms in the same direction of the knees. We roll over to the side. And then inhale is the lift. And exhale is the opening. Inhale, lift. Exhale, over. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. And exhale, open. We stay here just feeling the opening, feeling that movement. Nice, easy breathing. And then closing. And slowly we roll onto our backs. Have a little knee hug, rock and roll. And then feet flat onto the mat. Taking your right leg up to the ceiling. Cross the ankle over the left knee. Options to stay here. We're going to take it into the hips. We've created a triangle, one hand through and the other hand round the back of the knee. Just drawing in. Lots of options here. We can straighten that leg up as well. Get into the hamstrings. Or we can bring the hands in front of the kneecap, go a little bit deeper into the hips. Whichever feels good to you. Nice, easy breathing. And then slowly we'll change sides. So the opposite leg goes up, we cross the ankle over the knee, we stay here if we want to, or through the triangle, round the back of the thigh, drawing in. We take our options with that straight leg or bent knee. Or if we want, we can take the hand in front of the kneecap. Just seeing what the body wants to do, where it wants to stretch. Nice easy breathing. And then bring the knees into the chest, have a little rock and a roll. We're just going to roll over to our sides. We're coming back into all fours. You're going to open your knees nice and wide now and bring the big toes together. So move the hips back. We're moving into the groin area, into the adductors here. Options, make fists of your hands and just settle here. Or deeper options, super long arms in front. Bow to the mat. Nice easy breathing. Move the hips a little bit further back. Walk the hands a little bit further forward. Feel the stretch. And then slowly walking your hands all the way back. Going to draw the knees together and either child posture or downward facing dog, whichever you choose to do. So again, we have this nice long stretch. Nice easy breathing. Options to take that plank if you want to make the practice a little bit stronger. Remember, we can always do the plank with the knees on the mat and the ankles raised. Back to your dog. Into the plank. Options, always options. And back to dog. Bring the knees onto the mat if you're in child posture. We're moving. I'm going to take that right foot in front of us. Knee tracks over the ankle. I'm going to tuck the back toe. And as we rise up, soften the shoulders. Bring your hands in front of your heart into prayer. Take an inhale here, and on the exhale, we'll twist. The twist to that bent knee. Now the back knee can stay down or the toe is tucked, so maybe we want to lift up that back knee and have a hamstring stretch as well. A lot deeper. We can continue the stretch in the upper part of the body. Nice easy breathing. And then we simply change sides. So the left foot comes in front, the back toe is tucked. Remember, we're leaving that back knee down if we want to. Rise up, hands in front of your heart. Exhale, twist. Take an inhale, and then exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And again, the options are that back toe is tucked. We can lift up, push back, continue the twist. And then slowly back knee down, and we come back into all fours. Options, downward facing dog or child to get your breath, your choices. And then both knees on the mat. Take that right foot forward again. And again, the back toes tucked. Left hand on the outer edge of the mat. I'm going to rise up with that arm into the shoulders. Exhale down. I'm going to keep that back knee down if we want. Or the toes tucked. We'll lift up and we stretch. Nice easy breathing. And then slowly we change sides. And we set ourselves up. Hands on the outer edge of the mat, the back toes tucked. And we keep that knee down if we want to and stretch. Or alternative, we will lift up and stretch. Nice easy breathing. And then slowly all the way back, either to child posture or downward facing dog. Nice easy breathing. Again, pop in a plank if it feels appropriate. Intensify the practice if you want. Knees can be bound, ankles lifted, back to dog. And we're going to come to the front of the mat. So those who may be in child posture, make your way to the front of the mat. Those in downward facing dog, we'll take the walk forward. Bend your knees, engage the core, inhale, rising all the way up. And exhale back to your heart center. We're going to take a forward bend. So inhale the arms up. I want you to bend your knees a lot. Bend your knees, bend your knees, bend your knees, and then take that forward bend. Once we're down here, if you want to work into the hamstrings, straighten the knees. Remember, back issues, keep your knee bent. You may want to take a little sway to the left and a sway to the right. And then bending the knees, engage your core, inhale, rising all the way up, and exhale back. Hands down by the side of the body. Take your hands on the lower back, hands pointing downwards, elbows draw back, little bit of a standing back bend. And then come back to neutral. Again, at the front of the mats, we take the arms all the way up. Lengthen up. Take an inhale here, and exhale over to the right. I take hold of that top wrist and really stretch it out now. Inhale back to the center, opposite direction. Take hold of that top wrist and really stretch it out. Inhale back to the center, take an exhale. One more round, lengthen up. Exhale over to the right. Grabbing hold of that top wrist and really feeling that stretch. Back to the center, take an inhale. Exhale the opposite direction. Taking hold of the wrist and really stretching up. And then come back to the center. Bring your hands down by the side of your bodies. You're going to bend the knees. I'm going to sit in an imaginary chair. Shoulder issues, keep your hands low. Back issues, keep your hands low. None of these problems. We'll just lift the arms all the way up. Nice, easy breathing. Couple more breaths. Inhale lifts you up and exhale down. I'm going to take that to a twist. So bring your hands into your prayer. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees. Take the elbow to the knee. Take an inhale and exhale, twist. Inhale back to the center. Exhale here. Take an inhale. Elbow to knee, opposite direction. Exhale, twist. Inhale back to the center, take an exhale. And then inhale, rising all the way up. And exhale back to your heart center. Just going to work into the shoulders and have a nice twist. Inhale the prayer out. Take an exhale. Looking at your thumb. I'm going to take that twist Carry on looking at the thumb, taking the twist, working into the shoulders. Back to the center. Take an inhale, opposite direction, twist. Inhale back to the center. Exhale here. Inhale, rise up. And exhale back to your heart center. So the next part of the practice is going to be on the floor. We're going to be on our tummies. So either lay down on your tummies and we'll join you there, or come to the front of your mat. Inhale, rising all the way up. Bending the knees, swan dive. Moving back into down dog. Options to take that plank. Exhale back to dog. And then we're going to lay on our tummies and come into a posture called Sphinx. So we're really going to be working into the spine now, but we're also going to be working into the quadriceps. So you're going to stay in your Sphinx. I'm going to reach behind for my back foot. So if I open my legs a lot wider, I have more access to it. So picking up my left foot and reach behind it with the opposite, with the same arm side. I'm going to do that again, because sometimes if we change this other arm and have it parallel to the front of the mat, it sometimes helps us a little bit more. So we push with this parallel arm, lifting up the heart, then lift the foot, and then bring it back. And oh, I always get surprised at that beautiful quad stretch. Now, if it's not working for you, that's no problem. Just stay in Sphinx, bring your legs a bit closer together, and just maybe lift up the legs. And that may work for you. So whichever feels appropriate to you. Nice, easy breathing. And then we'll simply change sides. Remember, you can have your arms in any position. My favorite one is to make it parallel. The legs are wide. The wider the legs, the more opportunity you have grabbing that foot. Take the hand behind the opposite one, draw it in. Nice, easy breathing. Feel those quads. And remember, if it's not working for you, just pop the legs up and have a gentle quad stretch like that. Couple more breaths. So either come back into Sphinx and stay here, or draw the legs a bit closer together. We're going to take hold of both feet with our hands. So if you find it difficult with one leg at a time, don't attempt this one. So just stay in Sphinx and work the spine. So lay the belly down on the mat, draw the heels in, reach behind for your ankles. Now push the soles of your feet away and really activate the quads and lift up. Dhanurasana, bow posture. And then release down. If you're in Sphinx, you're joining us now. Hands under shoulders, elbows draw in. We rise through the slow cobra onto the knees. And then we're just going to draw the knees in, which will enable us to release into child posture. And then for our final stretching, we're just going to find the belt Have nice long legs. Drawing your right foot in and open it out. Now if the knee's not happy, we just completely forget about that knee and throw it out. I'm going to take this belt around the ball of the opposite leg, keeping the legs nice and long and straight. Want to keep the back straight as well. So we wrap the belt around us, take an inhale, and on the exhale, drawing the chest down towards the thighs. If you're near your toes, feel free to grab hold of your toes. If you're not, use the belt. Just keep shortening the belt. Remember to lengthen up, and then keep the length in the spine. Keep the hamstring stretching. Do not bow your head. Keep the gaze forward. We're drawing the chest towards the thighs. Then slowly rise up. You'll simply change sides. So bringing the opposite foot in. Remember throwing the knee out if it's a problem for you. Take the belt around the ball of the foot, whichever length is appropriate to you. Straight backs, straight legs. Take an inhale. Exhale, travel forward. Gaze is lifted. We're drawing the chest towards the thighs, but we're keeping the gaze lifted. Take an inhale, exhale, go a little bit deeper. Keep that spine long. Do not round your back. And then slowly we'll rise all the way up. We'll bring both legs and the belt around both feet. Exactly the same. We're going to lift up, straight spines, straight legs. Exhale, travel forward. So the chest is approaching the thighs. The gaze is forward. If you've got hold of your feet, that's fine. If you've got hold of the belt, maybe shorten the belt a little bit. Inhaling, exhaling. We're really into the hamstrings. The back is straight. We're not rounding the back. We're working the hamstrings. And then slowly we rise all the way up. Bring your fingertips behind you. Have a light back bend by lifting up the heart. Just a nice little easy counter posture. Come back to neutral. I'm going to lay back on our mats. I'm going to keep hold of the belt. So let's have a knee hug. Little rock and a roll. And then take your left foot flat onto the mat and take the belt around the ball of the right foot. Stretch it up to the ceiling. Both hands on the belt. Take your left leg log on the mat and really activate that leg by pushing the heel away. Straight legs, both of them. Take an inhale and exhale, draw the straight leg towards you. Keep the left foot active, keep the left hamstrings working by pushing the heel away. Couple more breaths. And then release the posture a little bit, bend the knee. We're going to bring both sides of the belt into the right hand. Going to keep that left leg long. Take an inhale and exhale the leg out to the right. Place your left hand on your left thigh. We want to keep that left buttock down. Nice easy breathing. Coming back to the center, take an inhale. We're going to change hands on the belt. We're going to take the leg across the body. Now this right buttock will lift right off the mat, which we wanted to do. But try and keep the right shoulder on the mat. We have a spinal rotation. Nice, easy breathing. And then coming back to the center. Bend the knee to release the belt. Change sides. So the left foot hooks into the belt and the right leg stretches away, and we activate that leg by pushing the heel away. We have hold of the belt with both hands. Take an inhale. Right leg is activated. Exhale, the left leg towards you. Straight legs, hamstrings. And then slowly release. Bring both hands, bring the belt, both sides onto the left hand, and out we go to the left. And place your right hand on your right thigh. We want to keep that right buttock down. A nice stretch. Keep that right leg activated, pushing the heel away. You'll feel it. And subtle bend of the knee. We come back to the center. Grab hold of the belt with the right hand, and we're rolling over now to the right, but the left buttock's lifting, and we're rolling, but we're keeping the left shoulder on the mat. Nice, easy breathing. And then slowly we'll come back to the center. Bend the knees, bring the belt around both feet now. And stretch the legs up to the ceiling. Nice, easy breathing. And then release the belt. Bring the knees into the chest, have a roll around. And release now into Shavasana. So nice long legs. Turn the palms up to the ceiling. Soften the body. You had a nice full body stretch. So you may want to repeat what I'm going to say to you. I'm going to say it twice, so you may want to say it silently in your head, or feel free to speak it out loud if you're on your own. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I be happy. Please stay here for as long as it feels appropriate. Resting the body. Be aware of your breath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace.